both of them.
I guess we'll just start here. So Josh says, I've got a page in the pharmaceutical space that is bouncing around between 2 and 4. The volume is very low, 180, but the CPC is at 30. The number one position is always a site dedicated to keyword niche. And then he follows it up and says,
I'm guessing it means like an exact match URL
yeah,
is the number one position.
yeah, Josh, clarify that if you can. But we think that you said the number one position is always a site dedicated to keyword niche. We guess you mean a URL that's gunning for that specific keyword.
Like we were just looking at Denver SEO, so denverseo.com.
So he follows it up and he says, should I, one, hit it with an NLP rewrite? It is not NLP optimized. Hit it with links, I'm kind of afraid of because it's a science medical site, or hit it with click-through rate manipulation, hit it with EAT. I mean, so if you're on page 1, I mean,
there's one thing that stands out to me out of all 4 of these, right? I would make the priority the obvious one, which is EAT. Because you're in, you said you're in pharmaceuticals, so you require a huge amount of trust. And so that's also going to tie into number 2.
Yeah,
right.
So the authority part of EAT is authoritative backlinks, right? In general.
Yeah, so I would beef up like things like author profiles, meaning like their social media profiles, etc. Anything to make authority kind of build up with the entire network of what you're doing. And then, okay.
So it says, no, it's a branded URL, a company, but the company is essentially dedicated to the keyword niche.
Oh, as in keywords is the niche.
No, because he said it's it's like why is my brain not working? Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. Well, regardless, so like I would say it still stands. So focus on EAT, which would include backlinks as well. But we're talking about high-end backlinks that are related to the medical field, pharmaceuticals, etc., right? Things that already have quite a bit of trust.
High-end meaning like over DR 50.
Yeah, that have healthy rankings in the SERPs, etc. And then beefing up, your own network, depending on how your site's laid out now. So if Chris, you want to go over EAT a little bit, just in case there's anybody watching that doesn't.
I mean, honestly, as far as like EAT goes, if you're on page 1, I don't think you're having a problem with expertise or trustworthiness. I think it's essentially going to come down to authority, right? If Google thought that you were lacking on the E or the T, expertise or trustworthiness, expertise meaning, or how I kind of interpret it, as that you're covering the topic fully and providing trustworthy information. So it'd be like kind of like your content. And then T being basically some like trust factors on your site, like privacy policy, author byline, all that kind of stuff. So like if you were missing the E or the T in like a major way, I don't think you'd really be on page 1. I think what the remaining, they've already determined that your site is like trustworthy, right? And that you're giving information that they deem as credible. So I think it just comes down to authority or links basically. But, this is also without looking at it. I would, just I would look at your site and just look at their RD counts, look at how many links the sites above you have, and also look at like the distribution of links that they have, like how many of their links are over like DR 50 or 60 or whatever in comparison to your own site. You could play around with content like you were saying and like an NLP rewrite or whatever. It's not something I generally do. If you've already optimized your content, I feel like NLP, I don't really put much weight on that, to be honest with you.
Now, I mean, maybe instead of considering that, you could toss it in a Surfer and try and optimize it a little bit. There might be some wiggle room there that you could work with.
I'm guessing it's already got it optimized in general, but maybe just not NLP optimized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe, just our method of SEO.
We'd be hitting it with backlinks, like for sure. It's like I don't want to be, that pushy on it. I know some people aren't comfortable with it, but so long as you're getting good backlinks, that's our bread and butter, and we've been using it to make money in a lot of different spaces over time. So
it's kind of fun. I mean, we're a link provider, right?
Yeah.
So of course, the link provider is telling you need to buy a bunch of really strong, expensive
but
backlinks.
It's what we would do.
But yeah, that's we sell links because we built teams for it, because that's how we get stuff to rank, right?
Yeah. In actuality, I mean, if you consider building a link business like we've got here, or you consider making money off a link network, the latter is a whole lot better than the opposite.
And he's got some follow-ups. He says, so links to the entire site or just to the page? Both, right? Entire site and the page. You want to build the authority of the page itself and the entire site.
Right, but it also depends a lot on what you currently have going on as far as a link profile goes. So if you're a smaller site, then maybe just focus on the home page and some hub pages up front. Naked, branded, generic anchors that aren't, you're not trying to fool anything. Keep the money keywords to a limit. And then inner pages, if I'm attacking heavy to the home page, I'll probably do 80-90% to the home page, and then, the rest trickled in, just 1 or 2 links per inner page.
Yeah, we go pretty light on inner pages compared to...
We like to build the authority of the network.
We have a lot of sites people bring to us where they're basically, some of the trouble that they're in is that they've just gone really heavy on these inner pages with links, right? Without building the authority, building up their homepage a lot and working it that way. So it kind of gets into this unnatural balance where their inner pages are a little bit too heavy.
What is his next question? Or this one?
He said, I did Surfer and it dropped it to number 5. Mm-hmm. We actually we use Surfer quite a bit. But
we don't get everything to a T. For the most part, we just want those money keywords in the green.
So as far as Surfer goes, the way I normally go about it is if it tells me to cut something out, I usually don't do it unless it's by like a big margin, a big number, or if the page, basically if I figure out that I'm basically like targeting a bunch of keywords on the page that I shouldn't be targeting on it, and I'm kind of like pulling away from its main goal, the main keyword I'm trying to rank on it. I don't think we've ever had an article drop I'm
trying to think of the last article I went into audit. Like, I can't think of that because we just start off with Surfer.
I mean, honestly, Josh, it dropping from position 4 to position 5, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think I could even really say that Surfer did that.
Right.
It's just one position. Those kind of fluctuations happen daily for no reason, really.
Mm-hmm.
Sites that are stagnant, not doing any kind of work to them.
This one here.
We said it dropped from number 2.
Yeah, that's kind of hefty, but...
Yeah, 2 to 5, sorry. That's a little bit of a bigger drop. But yeah, I mean, it could be, that they're just adding more links than you are.
Or it could be, that Surfer is... I mean, Surfer is basing stuff on their own metrics, what they think looks right. So maybe Google has a slightly different read.
Here, I'm going to answer your other question kind of separately from this one.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.